What's up everybody, and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at this 2024 BMW 430i Coupe. This one's finished off in a really nice Arctic Race Blue Metallic. Really sweet looking color. Of course you can see that Cognac Sensitech leather interior. This car is about $56,000. So underneath the hood of the 430, it is going to be the 4-cylinder motor. So you can see the 2-liter inline 4-cylinder turbo. It's gonna be pumping out 255 horsepower with 295 pound-feet of torque. Can still do 0 to 60 in the mid 5-second range. Curb weight's around 3,500 pounds. And of course, this one is a rear-wheel drive version. You can opt for X-Drive, and then we have an 8-speed transmission. Now, taking a look at the styling, I really like how blacked out this one is with the performance package. You can see the black headlights, and then this really nice kidney-shaped grille. You can see gloss black, some silver, and we have functional grille shutters behind it that'll open and close. More openings all throughout it with parking sensors and LED fog lights, and even functional air inlets to provide airflow out around these front tires. Pretty nice design on the hood too, with some sharp lines fading towards that windshield. And then at the side, we have a nice set of 19-inch wheels. You can see the split 5-spoke with its performance brake calipers finished in blue, and a really sharp body line throughout the side profile. We have gloss black on the mirror caps with an integrated turn signal, body color on the door handles, and then you can just see how it's all blacked out around the windows. Got the sunroof up on top as well, and I like the overall side profile. You can see just how sporty everything looks. The rear fender flare also bulges outwards just a little bit, and I like the 3-dimensional look to these taillights. Just gives it a little bit more aggressive design. We got our badging back here, backup cameras in the BMW logo, got a nice little spoiler, some gray trim along with some gloss black, and more trim surrounding it. So definitely pretty sweet. And then underneath here, we can just grab this button, opens up the trunk, and you're gonna see quite a lot of storage for being a 2-door car. You have storage on the left side along with the right, and then there's handles back here you can pull, and that's actually gonna unlock those rear seats. That's really gonna open up the storage space. And if we close that, one last look at the side profile, I do like how large those windows are. So definitely pretty cool. But then going inside now, there's a handle on the back side that you can pull. And then let's go ahead and fold down these seats just to show you everything. So these are gonna fold down nice and flat, giving you a ton of storage space into that trunk area. And then if we pull these back up, I like the configurability. So in the center, we can pull this one down. We have a nice armrest. We can go ahead and open this up for 2 cup holders. And then if we go ahead and close this off, if we grab this one, the whole center seat will pull down for added storage space into the rear. Now, if I go ahead and climb into these back seats, you're gonna see armrest, speakers, and storage. We have climate vents and then a little bit of controls. And I can easily grab this and pull it back. It's gonna automatically get back into the place. Now at 5'11", sitting back here, honestly, this is not bad at all for being a 2-door. I have enough headroom, enough glass and everything, and still good legroom and everything. So really, not bad at all. Can easily climb out, let the seat do its thing. It's gonna get off of my feet as well, and then I can easily just climb right out of this car. Putting this back into the position, of course now it's gonna go back, and we can go ahead and hop inside. So, keep my foot on the brake, let's fire it up. Another cool thing, the seatbelt comes out to you as well, which is just a really good touch. But as you can see, just really nice fit and finish overall. Now the steering wheel finished off in black leather. We have our heated control, cruise control on the left, Bluetooth and audio on the right, and we even have paddle shifters. Stock on the right side is for all your windshield wipers, turn signals on the left, and then on the gauge cluster, we have our tach and speedometer and a really cool digital screen. And if we change our drive modes, it changes up just a little bit as well. Have a blue design into comfort, and then sport mode adds the red touch. In the center, you can also see just a few things that are gonna pop up. We have headlight controls, all of your climate vents, and then a heads-up display system. So we have that massive 23-inch screen. It's basically 2 screens just integrated, and it looks kind of like one. And then we have this really cool silver trim all throughout the dashboard. Now for climate, it's always gonna be down here, so you have easy access to get to those climate settings. I really like how they've done that. Home screen, of course, pretty configurable with navigation, all sorts of other things that are gonna pop up, and you can easily click on anything, add more, and customize it. We have that full screen navigation system. We also have more shortcuts on this left side, audio controls, phone. We have different apps within the car as well you can easily swipe through. And then the new shifter, which is nice and low profile. If we go into reverse now, you're gonna see that backup camera with all your parking sensors. Tapping the P button, we're back into park. You can see our air vents below that, your volume, your track next, the defrost, and then more of this pretty cool silver design. If I open this up now, we have our credit card style key fob. We have your cup holders and plugs, and then a little bit of stitching and cool contrast throughout the center. Now in the center, we also have your electronic park and brake, traction control, and parking sensors, and then a rotary dial that will also control the screen. So I really like how you don't always have to rely on the screen itself using touchscreen. You can easily go through everything. We have different shortcuts for everything. So that just makes it really simple. And this, of course, you can write on it for when you're typing in a navigation system. So down below, we have a good sized armrest with a lot of storage underneath it, and then a pretty large glove box as you would expect. One last look at the interior now. Really nice in here, you know, generally just a good place to be. We have a nice piece of glass up above you with the sunshade, dome lights, and then a nice frameless mirror. All right, so setting off now in the 430i. To be quite honest, for being a 4-cylinder, it's actually kind of peppy. It's not like it's a sluggish car. Obviously, you know, you can get the B58 and get that 6-cylinder, which is quite more peppy. But this one still has some good pep to it. You know, the turbo's pretty engaging. And overall, kind of easy to see around as you drive around slow cars and everything like that. But when you take a quick turn, the suspension is really solid too. Transmission is lightning quick as well. There is some good power to it. It's really not bad. So if I go into eco and drive, you can tell the car just settles down and relaxes a little bit. You do have really good visibility out of the windshield. All the mirrors do a great job as well. And over your right and left shoulder, you really have good view. Those windows are so big back there, it's just really easy to drive this car, just really easy to see around. Using the interior tech is also pretty nice. This nav screen is huge. It's so cool to use. And honestly, it's actually not that confusing once you kind of get used to it. And even while driving, it's really not all too difficult. Same with climate controls. So it's actually a pretty nice user-friendly interior, and it feels decently refined. You know, mid 50,000s, it's not crazy expensive. It's kind of a nice entry point to a good-sized BMW, but you get really comfortable seats. Even though this is a synthetic leather, it's a nice material. It does wear very well. It lasts a long time, and it looks pretty good. So it's a nice place to be. The seats are comfortable themselves to where you can get in a good position. Of course, having that leg rest and everything. So I wouldn't have an issue just daily driving this, racking up some miles on it. It really is a pretty pleasant car. You're decently insulated from the road. On a smooth road, it's really quiet. When it's a bumpy road, you know, you can hear a little bit, but no wind noise or anything like that. So it does feel pretty insulated, pretty high end. And again, for being the 4-cylinder, I like, you can't quite hear it too much. There you go. You can hear a little bit of that turbo sound and the exhaust and stuff like that. It actually does make some good noises. So it's a pretty good blend for a sporty, roomy, good-sized coupe.